Hello, welcome to another video in another location. This one's, the quality might not be great. I didn't bring all my gear with me, so I'm currently in New York in my hotel, hence why you can hear probably a lot of noise around outside, sirens and traffic and all that kind of thing. So yeah, just going for a little bit of a trip. Brought my little Ricoh GR3 camera with me, and all my shots have been taken on that. And this is a little different. It's not going to be like a portrait edit. It's going to be an edit of a sort of street photography shot that I've taken, and this is how we got it. So we're going to open this up in Lightroom to start with, because I just want to get the look of it right first. So I'm going to use one of my presets I like to use, and this is a Kodak Gold one. So it's a little, like a 100 ISO stock Kodak film. It's quite a nice one to use, and it kind of suits the look of what I'm going for as well. So there's a few little distractions on the photo. Obviously, being in the middle of a very busy city, you're not going to get the cleanest image. You're not going to get the cleanest sort of composition when it comes to people being in there. So we're just going to clear these guys out a little bit. Obviously, it's a very famous attraction as well. So let's get rid of those. So we'll open it up in Photoshop. We're going to use a couple of different tools for this. Probably use the removal tool for the sort of easier ones. So this person down here, because there's not much really going on around the picture, so this should get rid of them, or it should take them out quite well. So literally grab your removal tool and just draw over them, and just let Final Cut do its thing. So the removal tool is over here. It's just in your sort of selection of healing brushes or healing tools, so spot healing and patch tool, all that kind of thing. Done a good job, got rid of what we wanted to, and it's kept the image nice and clean. This person might be a bit more tricky because there's a lot more going on. There's a little detail on the floor, there's a different coloured brick, and the red door obviously. So this one might work better if we use generative fill and leave it blank, so hopefully it picks up on all the other details. So draw a circle around them, or draw a selection around them, and we're going to hit generative fill and leave it blank and just let Photoshop do its thing. So while that's doing its thing, yeah, this was taken on the Ricoh GR3. It's the 28mm one, so there is an X version that is 40mm, but I like to have that option of being a little bit more wider when it comes to the shot. This was on the subway, so subway down from my hotel, which is in Times Square, and you just kind of get the subway down to, I think it's somewhere near Canal Street, but this building's called Hook and Ladder 8, and it's quite unassuming. You just kind of walk around the corner and there it is. So right, generative fill has done what we wanted it to do, and it's got rid of the person, and it's kept some of that detail. So 3 options to go through. I'm not sure what's going on here. Generative fill will always give you just random things anyway, sometimes in a shot. This one looks a little better because it's kind of matching this side of the brick, but I think the third one is a bit nicer because it's giving us this sort of dappled effect, which is the reflection from the building across the street. So we're going to stick with that one. And then there's just a few people here as well that are just kind of in the way a little bit, so we're going to just make a selection around them and then just do the same thing really. Generate fill, generate with a blank layer, and we'll see if it gets rid of them. It's interesting to see what it kind of does when it comes to cars. It tries to guess what the back of the car will look like, but it usually does a fairly good job. Hopefully it does this time as well. And that's the selection it's made. It's fairly good. It's interesting to see the types of what kind of car I think is. I don't know what this car is, so I don't know if the back of it looks right anyway, but with this sort of lighting coming from the building behind, I think the second one is a little bit more in keeping with the style we want. So we'll stick with that one. The people on the bike, I don't mind so much. It's okay having something in there because it is a street and it's, you know, it's busy. But yeah, fairly straightforward. It's just cleaning up. We've done a little bit of work in Lightroom already just to clean out or to actually get the look we want of the image. The composition I do quite like. I did do a straight on one, but I think I prefer this one. It's a little bit more interesting when it comes to the sort of angle of it and getting that angle of these lights reflecting from the building across. So let's save that and send it back over to Lightroom. We might just See if there's any noise in the image that we can clear out or anything like that. I don't think there will be too much of that. It's quite clean anyway, because it was quite a good day for it with the lighting, and it's around, you know, it's 100 ISO, it's 160 or 1/640th of a second. It says 18mm, but 18mm is, because this is a micro 4/3, it kind of equates to almost like a 28mm anyway. But I quite like it. There's not that much in there detail wise that I don't want to keep. The brick's looking nice, the reds in the brick are looking nice, it's cleaned out in front of the image quite well. So that's it. That's how we can clean that image up quite well. This is my 4th day, I think it is now, in New York. It's obviously taken a ton of photos, so I will share those at the end as well, just to kind of go through what this little camera can do, really. You know, you can see it's very easy to put in your pocket. It's a decent battery life. There's a 128 gig SD card in there. Obviously, you don't need that much, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. It's really easy to use, especially just to keep in your pocket, pull out, take a photo, you know, one button to turn it on, and then just f-stop and then shutter speed and then ISO wheel at the back. But yeah, if you like street photography or even just landscape photography, I would highly recommend this camera. I think I picked this up for about $949, and I got an extra battery as well, which was another sort of 50 quid. And it was from Harrison Cameras in Sheffield, so shout out to them, which is where I tried to get most of my stuff from. A lot of it is all second-hand that I get, but this was a brand new one because I've been after one for quite some time. Seeing how, you know, nice the images you can get out of it. But yeah, the form factor is great. It's really easy. The back of the screen's quite nice to use. It's sort of touchscreen as well, so you can touch on something to focus as well, or the autofocus will try and find it quite well. And when you're reviewing an image, you can swipe to zoom in and move around. So definitely recommend if you are in the market for a nice little handy camera to take with you. And it's 24 megapixels as well, so get really good detail with them. So yeah, that's it. That's my trip to New York. That's been it's been quite good. It's nice to wander around the city and get on the subway and go to all these different places and kind of go for longer walks. So yeah, here's this image cleaned up, and then there's some more from the trip.